Alright, big shout out to my little bro. What's his name? Chen Zhouhe, I think. Alright, Chen Zhouhe introduced me to this app. Now you can see reaction videos. I'd you rather play games though? I mean, if games are not that sabotaging, I would enjoy games. Because you're watching the game for the person behind the screen. About real life reactions and how situations are being handled. But I mean, I've already set my path on this course. We're just gonna finish this video though.
It could be half hour. My God, you could drink dinner and continue part 2. Seriously, I encourage every marriage partner. I'm not a counselor here. My wife is, but I'm not a counselor. Come home, sit down, off that phone for a while.
Yeah, with no
Just put it
distraction.
away and talk, or let her talk, or let you talk. Doesn't matter. You need the stability, the emotion, marriage.
I've got this on
how
fast pace because
how did we survive?
So I would like to play a little card game with you now. This is a
because I can't imitate Datuk Ameer Ali or AKA Mr. Ameer Ali lah. Okay, I can't imitate him now. He's from a different generations. His face reminds me about my neighbor. His kind of character reminds me about my grandparents and whatnot. I mean, he's a grandparent himself, being at that age.
financial card game, right?
All right.
So
And we've got Deborah Henry. How long ago was this? NTV7 Beauty Pageant.
it's a game in the sense that I'll ask you a bunch of questions and you let me know if it's you, if it's something that you resonate with, if it's not you, or if it's you sometimes. So
Okay.
I mean, you know, Malaysia, right? I mean, if you get to know Malaysia, it's got its really highs and really lows, just like any other country.
let's begin. The first question is, I like to keep my options open. I do not want to be tied to a plan.
Me.
When I go shopping, I have to buy something.
That's definitely not me.
Like from your own shop.
Buy for my own.
I need this though, right? Why is it Dunhill though? It just tastes different though. It's not like rokok murah, wait, the taste, bro. Where's this from though? Tobacco of London Limited Company Ltd. What it's like to grow your own tobacco though? They say you need license for that though. Will I get caught just for my own consumption though? And we're not talking about illegal substances. We're just talking about regulated substances. My own tea though. You're dreaming, bro. I know, right? But hey, this is the motivation video to talk about it. You can see me talking about it. I'll be on Reddit. Not enough traction. I've been on YouTube forever. I'd rather make videos like this. And will I watch it back though? It's gonna be a long video, bro. It's gonna be a long video, bro.
I think
And after that, if I'm really planting my tobacco or planting my tea or planting, what else do I need? I need soybean for soy milk. We can just source these resources, I know, but I want to know what it's like to grow it from the seed itself. And I need goats and cows, and I need a land for that. Why though? You can just buy milk, I know, right? What it's like, I want to know what it truly is like. I know it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. I've saw goat prices. How much is the goat price? I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 ringgit. You can get a baby goat for cheaper, right? It's not a big goat. It doesn't take as long. Raise it from their small. But they got to get used to the environment. They got to get used to the stresses. New environment, new stress without their parents. New stress without their dikenali, you know, 他们熟悉的脸, which is they got used to whoever they're mixing around with. That's all stresses, bro. Because animals got eyes and nose and ears and brain. You know, you gotta imagine what are they thinking. And you know the stresses. And will they live on? Relocation of a new place. Why relocation though? Because clearly, you know, this brick and mortar, I mean, I've moved past beyond it. It's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. Ample space. It's all filled out to the max. You can really spend time to clear it up. But at the end of the day, what are you going to fill it up with? It doesn't serve the same things anymore. The living room with the chairs and guests and the television used to be there. It's not the same anymore, bro. It's not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore. And if you were to sell off this property, it's not under me right now. My parents don't want to sell it away. Hopefully, I don't sell it away again. I don't sell it away. Then what am I gonna do? Right? You're gonna make more spaces to accommodate more resources, but for what though? What do you want to know what it's like? Just go and do the theoreticals, and you know what it's like. But do you know what it's like to have real resources? Do you know what it's like to have real ingredients? Do you know what it's like to at least know what it's like? Until when, if it's really bothering you, you really want to know what it's like, then you got to know what it's like. It's not that I want to know what it's like doing other stuff. I want to know what it's like having animals. I want to know what it's like having space properly allocated for stuff. The bedroom and the toilet. And speaking about the toilet though, we've got ChatGPT. It says it takes 6 months. It takes months to make sure that it's done well, to go to the soil. And trust me, it's remarkable stuff. I know people might feel like, oh man, that shit is disgusting, right? Like that shit is like that stuff is disgusting, and that's rad, man. That's radical. But trust me, it's not, because you gotta know what it's like to handle it on level 1, on level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and so forth. There's so many levels in this. And this is the only thing I could get access to. What do you mean, though? Well, if you're talking about gadgets and whatnot, I mean, big companies, industries produce it, rare earth materials, that's really advanced stuff. Like how much dedication and interest is required to make sure that you learn and join a company that has the capital and that has the facilities to manufacture. We're talking about even simple robotic stuff, you know, Arduino and all that. That's too far-fetched already. I can't do that. It's not that I can't, but I'd rather just push myself, this physical self of mine, and to learn it the traditional way or the ancient way. Because that's just me, right? It's not for everybody. Some people likes it, some people don't. And if you like what you like, then you ought to do what you like. It's just that simple.
Things will work out, so I don't worry about money.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah. Be positive.
I rarely buy things unless I can pay them off right away.
Only in cash.
Only in cash.
I don't like to use credit cards.
So even big purchases?
What is a big purchase? Like a house?
Like a
Yeah, that's the thing now. I mean, can anybody relate to Datuk Ameer Ali anymore? I believe many people right now is on credit cards and debit cards and online banking and whatnot. It's a different time now. We've got different needs. This video is like, how deep are we in this? We're at 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. I've been here for 30 minutes.
car.
No. I mean,
those
cars also sometimes you just pay it off.
But generally, you like to always make sure you use cash.
I mean, we say every other thing.
Every other thing. Okay.
Dinner, I actually like pay cash.
And that's the thing though, cars, right? Do we really able to create our own vehicles though? Yo, I mean, it's not Jeremy Riggs, everything is drill brute stuff. Alright, I'm gonna play that video. This is gonna be hours, man. I've been sitting in front of this computer for like how long already? I came back at 3 a.m. yesterday. So I considered it 4 a.m. 4 a.m. until now, I haven't left this place. I was on Reddit, I was on Facebook, and now I'm on YouTube.
Cash.
So in a cashless society,
And the games just forced me out of the games because even the program intelligence know that it's wasting time. You're getting nowhere with it. Now I was hoping to get on the international tournaments in your dreams though.
It's nice, but you know what? You might overspend, not knowing.
Okay, next question.
I want to feel the pain.
Pain of letting the money go.
Tell you something. I go to restaurants. I bring my own drinking water. How can they charge 40 cents, 50 cents for a glass of water? Right? I bring my own water.
But why do you think it is?
I don't know, this Datuk Ameer Ali really sounds a bit capping off already. Like he's been playing that narrative for too long. Which area allows you to bring your own water bottle? And how do you carry your own water bottle, bro? You don't look fit. Show us your water bottle then, if you carry to this talk show.
That you remained very prudent.
I tell you a true story. I brought my father to this mabuk restaurant when he was alive, many years ago. And obviously when they ordered roti canai, I ordered mee goreng. So mee goreng comes in line.
It's the same damn thing, bro. Roti canai teh tarik mee goreng. Hey, seriously lah, weh. You dah berbilion-bilion ringgit lah sekarang. It's like, this guy reminds me of Mahathir, yeah.
Actually, so my father tells, okay, give me a few. The guy looks at me. I happen to know the owner. I said, "Oh man, give it to him. Why difficult?" Then he said, "Bagi ice swam." Those days they never charge for ice swam. He got ice swam. Then he takes the lime and he
Alright, he's trying to incorporate comedy though. You can't be mad at him though. It's playing that narrative and you be like, man, fuck this bullshit, bro. You talking big, bro.
squeezes in the water. So he gets air lemon please. I said, "Daddy, if you wanted air lemon I ordered for you. I never taught you anything, right? Why you waste money?
Wow.
The lime is free, the water is free.
I mean, how do you argue with that?
You can't. Only thing is the owner there looks at me 2 times.
Like, even 1 ringgit, you have to do this.
Yeah, I'll be like that. Mama, I tend to be everybody's like that. I
Yeah.
said, no, not really, but
That's why ain't nobody gonna copy you and be 100% like you. There's no such thing, bro. They can try really hard though, but they're gonna be themselves though. And we're gonna open the latest sensation though. Real Chinese Trump. I don't even want to imitate Trump though. Let me tell you that I'm not going to imitate Donald Trump because I am from my own, which is Malaysia.
I think it's important that you learn how to spend your money. Until now, seriously, you would believe it. I just went for pizza with my son and my whatever family. Drinks, the waiter comes, drinks. My son don't have to ask. Cold water, for the mother, hot water. Whatever the pizza costs, you pay for it. Because it's a good pizza, it's a bit expensive, fine. I'm not going to pay for the orange juice. I sell orange juice. I know how much it costs.
Maybe that's the problem. You know the real value of the cost of things. So
Right.
to pay more,
To
it's...
pay more just feels wrong. But I think this is probably how you're brought up. And people say, come on, like, you can afford it.
You know he cap, but he funny though.
You can't do this
It's like this type of a dopamine rush, bro. You listen to people talk shit, man. It's fun though.
to people. Yeah, but that's how you bring up. But I think it teaches you things. After orange is not good for you anyway, it's all sugar there. I think water is better for you. But I think you learn it. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
When I need money, okay, this
And
one I just
yeah.
ask my friends and family. No.
Sorry, what was the question?
This was when I need money, I ask my friends and family.
Seriously, many years ago, I had a friend. He used to work with me. I used to work in a bank. So he needed some money. I actually withdraw all my money, 15,000 ringgit. My God, it's 40 years ago. There's a lot of money. And I used to go on a motorcycle to work with him. So I actually gave him
Ain't no joke, man. 15,000 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit, man. Those days you get 10 cents. 10 cents for a cup of tea. 10 cents for a bowl of noodles. 10 fucking cents for a bowl of noodles, bro. This is like how many years ago? 60 over years? What it's gonna be though? What the future is gonna be though? Is it sustainable though? That's why I say I need to renovate this place. I'm not gonna hire the renovator. I'm not gonna hire the professionals because I can't afford it. And if I could, I would. I'd tell them I want this place to look like this, and this. Give me 3 different plans. This, and this. I'll look through this, and this. I'll tell them I want this to be. This is one of the best. I want this to be done like that, and then all be done professionally. Why do you want to do it yourself? Because I can too. And because I don't have the funds.
the money. And then he made his money back. Then he came to give back the money to me. I only gave him, I said, please pay me back. That's my life. And I didn't.
So I need to plant tobacco, and I need something thick. Soy milk, cow's milk, goat's milk. My cats are lactating. I've got 3 cats lactating. They don't mind when I squeeze the milk. Maybe I should though. Cause cats, man. Cats are lightweight. Cats can squeeze through tight spaces. And cats can jump really high. And cats can claw. Yo, I need to just milk my cats, bro. What am I doing? I'm not even feeding them. Yo, I'm gonna make this so long that I'm gonna go downstairs and cook, and this is still gonna be turned on. Man, if I could make live videos for 24 hours straight, why not? I love the attention. How many views you're getting? No views. Who cares, bro? It's out there. It's gonna be forever, bro. It's in a data center. It's on YouTube. This shit is the future, bro. You say you're hopping on a bandwagon. What YouTube used to be, what YouTube is gonna be, and how YouTube is gonna be the long-lasting legacy for years to come. Yo, that's so inspiring.
Didn't tell my wife about it because she would have killed me. So I gave, and he actually gave me back the money. I said, shall I? That Chinaman, interest, 100%. I said, no, that's riba. I don't think. Yes. Fine. Many years later, in Masjid, India, I had a shop. And I wanted to buy the shop. And the shop cost $1.8 million. And the bank would want 20%. I had the 20%, right? What happens if I don't get a loan? And this speculative friend of mine become a bloody rich man, I went to see him. I said, I want to buy a shop, 1.8 million. I have the 20%. And I have like 3 months to get the balance or 4 months. If the bank rejects that money, I lose my 20%. Just in case. Can you? I said, don't worry about it. You gave me the 15,000, remember? I said, yeah, but this is 1.4 million. I said, I'm there for you. Seriously, the bank gave me the loan and I didn't need it. few years later, I bought another building.
Man, he's been through tough times. What he said previously was, they came through really hard times, right? He had to go to school and sell toy soldiers. You know, the toy soldiers from Toy Soldiers, the movie itself. Or I believe everybody's household got some traditional retro toy soldiers. And he goes to school and selling one for 10 cents and one for 20 cents. So the capital was 1 ringgit for 10. And he's selling it one for 20 cents. Why didn't I do that at school, bro? If I've got unlimited toys, I got. Why am I holding on dearly to my toys? Because that's the only toys I have. What if I know where the toys came from? What if I knew how to create toys? What if I could just keep on creating better and better toys? And what if I could keep on selling toys? Interesting. One more idea, right?
18 million.
That's why we are always invested in the next generation. Because the next generation has to go through everything brand new. A clean slate. Right? They came from babies, bruh. They learn to crawl, they learn to run, they learn to enjoy life. So why not direct their path beautifully good? Right? Why not? New ideas. Why I have to write it down? I've got it recorded.
I had a 20%, but the balance was 15, right? I went back to him. I said, just in case, don't worry about it. I mean, I didn't need it, but that support was able to push me to the next level. How can you buy an $18 million building, right? So I'm saying that you help people, but as you say, seriously, you don't expect anything back. But sometimes God is kind.
Sometimes, yeah.
God is kind, and he made his money. He's still a friend of mine. He lives a very simple life. Some people are like that. He says, I have your back. Remember? You had my back? I have your back. I think that makes a difference. Yeah.
I will pay more for a brand name that others will recognize. Image conscious, no.
No brand.
I will spend a lot of time and energy.
No, brand is one thing, but people will recognize the craftsmanship. If you got a distinct craftsmanship and they see it, it's a brand in itself. Only this guy creates it like this. You could have a master copycat to do it the way. Eventually, they'll do it their own way. Eventually, you stick to your ways. And everybody has their own ways. Well, it comes down to art as well. If you create arts and you create art that you love, you know your own distinct technique and style.
To get a better deal.
Unfortunately, yes. Maybe it doesn't make sense, but yeah.
I feel I should pay the bill when I eat out with others.
Normally, yes.
I think people will only like me if I'm generous.
No. People should like you for yourself.
For yourself,
Yeah.
exactly. If you happen to get extra money by surprise, would you spend it? How would you spend it? Any way you want? Or
Probably save it.
Okay. Okay, so we'll put these aside.
And that's why I say, man, has YouTube been failing me? I mean, sometimes it's really negative news and it's not really as inspirational. But there are times, bro, and these times will remind you that it's greatness out there. Like, I've never came across Deborah Henry's podcast, DebOnAir podcast. DebOnAir podcast. I've seen 1 or 2 talks of Datuk Ameer Ali, but this is clearly more in-depth. And I stayed along. And as I stayed along, it turned out to be well.
And that's me, Pyle. So this basically shows you like your money personality, right? So carefree, planning, giving, status, giving, planning, security, and giving. So then these become the dominant traits or characteristics. Yes, that's very much you. Yes.
I guess. Looks like it. Giving is true. Planning, of course.
Oh wow, that's why I say I want to invest in brick and mortar, bro. So what if the business is running low? No customers and whatnot. I'm not afraid, bro. People can come from KL, people can come from Penang, people can come from nearby, people can come from anywhere. I need a brick and mortar though. Now I need to scout for a nearby shop. Oh, do I turn this place, get a licensing, turn this place into a cafe? What sort of cafe? All sorts. We've got toys, we've got books, we've got card games. It's a nice chill out place. People like to chill out. Hey, if you're stealing my idea, go steal my fucking idea. I'm not afraid, bro. Because humanity, what is humanity about? It's more than just pattern recognition and this stuff. It's more than just profits. I've been broke, man. I know what it's like.
Said that like 10,000 students didn't want to
I'd rather see the world change.
sit for SPM because they, why do you need to finish your secondary school? You can become an influencer, entrepreneur who needs a school. Who
Yo,
needs a
I'm spending so much time now. Fuck. What time is it right now? 9:40. Yo, to be honest, I'm gonna be sitting down here until the morning, man. I've got to prep food for my pets. My pets are not complaining, bro. I know when they're dead hungry though, but they're having children now. I do not know where my pets is, man. They give me ample of rest. They know I've been there for them, but times like this, man, I just need to do my own damn thing.
Degree, and Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, he dropped out, but then he dropped out of Harvard. I don't know if that's different. I mean, yourself, you went to university, you graduated. What's that mindset of the youth today?
I blame the influencer. I really blame these young fellas, who actually show off.
Is it a fake? It's a performative.
I think the question is like this: if you have to ask how much it is, you can't afford it, kind of thing. So if you have to show off, you have to come here and wear this branded thing, this, it actually means I can't afford it. So I really need to show. I mean, you see those people.
Yes.
No, that's not true though. No, that's just a different concept. That's just how he thinks. That's not true though. Right? You can take some and you could not take some, and you could analytically think about some things. I can put it in 3 different languages: BM and Chinese.
Walking around, whether it's Elon Musk or whatever. Then first place you never see a brand on them, right? So I think something like you don't want to show, probably don't want to advertise for the brand, but they're not getting paid for it, But I think this living in humility is very important. I keep telling these influencers, you made your money, is fine. Tell them how you made your money, but don't show off that big car, that sports car there, that big bungalow you're living in.
But you see a lot of the influencers, and they I feel like it's disingenuous to the citizens, society, because they show their big house, these big expensive cars, designer handbags, like they're living the life, and all these people get sucked in.
I got sucked in before, right? You wouldn't know what it's like. Like, you do something and then you ask yourself, what is this, bruh? I want to know what it's like, but nah, it's just ain't for me. Come to realization, though. The quickly, the better. Matter of fact, you don't even have to go through the mistakes. Listen to people. Ask about the things that you want to know. See what's their point of view. Go ask 10 more people about the things that you want to know. See what's their point of view. Being know what to ask. I've been young before.
Spend their money and they end up in debt. They end up bankrupt. They end up broke. Is that a scam? I mean,
unhappy. And I don't think these influencers are happy in the first place. Seriously, happiness is not money.
You can't buy it.
Yeah, you can't buy it, right? So, I mean, money helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help, right? But that's not happiness.
Yeah.
This thing went. Let me check this. It's on half percentage.
And a lot of rich people are not happy at all.
If I look back though, I think something got muted. I'm not sure.
It's very unfortunate that people get influenced that way. But sometimes the circumstances, what they see, the family, whatever. I just hope they're given a second chance.
Yeah.
They say go hard or go home. I choose to go home. They say and give a fuck, bro.
There's always a second chance.
There's a video to prove that. I can't remember now. The ironies of certain things. That it should be this, should not be seen this.
The chance.
Yes.
Not to say that if you don't go to school, you can't become successful. Some of my family members don't go to school, but they're damn good at what they're doing. But if they had gone to school, I think they'd be better. I think that would have made a difference. I always feel that, number one, go to a school, whatever you qualify for. And then after that, going to work, if you want to do this or you want to do that. I mean, you work for a few years, then you know what you really like, what you don't like.
Yes.
So you must know your work well.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask any...
Yeah, you gotta know what you like, what you don't like, and... Or better yet, you already know what you like and what you don't like.
Mama restaurant owner, he definitely knows how to make that tari, and he knows how to make roti canai. Because if the roti canai guy doesn't turn up, you see the owner doing it, because the restaurant going to be closed without the roti canai man, or the teh tarik. So the owner must know how to do it.
They say with great power comes great responsibility. Is that at this stage in your life?
Shit, the food downstairs has gone to waste. Fuck, I could have fed my goose with it. There's some prawns in it. It's not in the fridge. That's a lot of food.
Achieved enough, done enough. This is where you want to serve.
I don't think anybody have achieved, because there's always the next level. Achieve is subjective. We're talking about spiritual achievement, not necessarily monetary achievement. There's always the next step you want to go, and it's not money.
One great leap for humanity itself. Yeah, go to space, no problem with that. But we've got so much issues to solve here, man. Could it be utopia though? Many say it's not going to be utopia because they already chosen to go on the path of utopianism. But there's just so many levels in that.
anymore, or might not even be spiritual. But it is the wholeness of being out there. And I think it's important is to help.
Now for Maiden, when you talk about family businesses, it's always quite interesting because there's a legacy involved, right? It's passed down generation to generation. You read lots of articles.
Legacy, man, legacy. The land remains generation after generation. Right? The land remains. That's legacy. And you could bring the walls down and bring the walls up and bring the walls down again and bring the walls up. Think about it. So why the fuck am I letting this property go? That's the thing now, man. A while you're here, a while you're there, a while you're here, a while you're there. You wouldn't know what it's like if it's like that. You don't know what it's like if it's like that. But you know what it's like if it's like that. And you know what it's like if it's like that.
And they'll say, third generation will lose the business. Or businesses sometimes rarely make it past the third, fourth generation. Is that something your family think about?
But think about that. They call it the third generations. But since when it was the first generation? And what was before the first generation? Think about it, bruh.
I used to think about it, but let it pass. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if people don't want to do it anymore.
No, it really does matter though. If it matters, it matters. If it don't matters, it don't matters. But it matters the most.
Let it go. If it makes somebody more happy, then let it go. As long as somebody's happy, you're happy with it. I think life is more than that. People say help people. I have no money to help. You don't need money to help, right?
Exactly.
I mean, the worst, you have nothing. Give them your prayers, but you don't ask. Because that when you help someone, the returns you get. I'm not talking about financial return or people say God gives you back 10 times. Okay, fine, if you believe what you believe. But that internal happiness, it makes you a happy person.
You almost forgot though about how many days ago though. Yesterday, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, this guy's car break down, blocking the street. He's just waiting for the mechanic. I thought maybe we could just push his car to the side. I knock his window. I say, 我帮你移车啦，移去旁边啦. So he say, okay. And then I just push his car to the side. At least there's a really small space to like fit through and people can go through that. And yeah. And I told my mom to leave me because, I'm an athlete. And kind guy, if you want me to mention his race, is a Malay Islam guy. So he came to help me out, and I say, thank you for helping me out, man. I was planning to jog home. You saved me some journey, man. Let me top up your fuel, bro. It's just $5. So yeah, he said he was cool with that. So I'm cool with that because you accept my token of appreciation. And after that, he said he insisted to fetch me home, but I said, okay, you could. So up until a very close nearby journey, I said, okay, you can drop me off here because I'm planning to get more juice. Do I have that bottle with me? Lactel, we've got Lactel Bliss.
You're happy, then you grow. And that is what is growth all about.
Yeah.
It's happiness. And it shows in your face.
Absolutely.
You're happy, it shows in your face.
Especially now where you read so much about people being unhappy. Even in a world of abundance where there's so much, so many people are not happy.
They're not happy because they think too much, I think that number one is, you ask somewhere, I said, we all make mistakes, right? But don't think about it. I make millions of mistakes, obviously, I'm only human. To is only human, right? So, I've got wrong businesses, I've opened businesses, mini market, I lost millions of dollars, I've opened superstores, I've lost millions of dollars. But I don't think about it every day,
You move on.
You learn, I just move on, and people say, what could you have done better? I did my best, come on lah. And obviously I did my best. I wasn't good enough to do that. So let's focus on what we can do. Focus is very important. People then want to do too many things. You want to do something, you focus. The young people say, I multitask, triple task. No such thing. Seriously, there's no such thing as multitask. You have only one horrible brain up there, right? So when you multitask, you divide it. When you divide
And you don't do anything well.
So you don't do anything well. So you might as well you focus, do something right, do it well, you move to the next one. And don't throw it away. Like, don't think so much about it. You did your best.
So I'm very honored then. You said yes to be here
Thank you.
on this podcast.
Thank you.
And
with no hesitation. Eh?
Yes, indeed. We were very surprised. We were like, wow, he's just said yes like so fast. Very humbled. So thank you. And I think your story is so important, even just for me, to be honest. Of course, I know Maiden and I've, of course, heard of you, but to really read about you and learn the story, there's so many lessons to be learned. And we have so many Malaysians doing incredible things. If only we, as you say, so many of the answers and the inspiration is with it sitting next to us. You know, it's accessible to us. So, well, thank you so much for speaking with me today. It's been really such a honest, meaningful conversation.
Thank you. Nice to have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.